You know the word that I hated when I was growing up? Walang pakinabang. I fucking hate that. Bro, I hate it so much.
What does that mean?
You're useless.
Yeah.
It's like wala kang pakinabang, and then the next thing will be like, help me mow the lawn.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
This is pakinabang.
Oh man. I feel triggered every time I hear it. Hey.
Walang pakinabang.
Oh, that is trigger. I don't know. For some reason, I feel really triggered. Like my mom I would try to help. I think everyone would relate to this, and everyone probably would talk about this. Like I would try to talk to my mom, and be like, "Did you want me to help you with the dishes at the moment?" And my mom would be like, "Nah, don't worry about it. It's all good."
Yeah.
And then 2 hours later, she'd yell at me for some reason, and then she'd be like, "You know what? First you don't help me with the dishes, and now you do this." And then I'm just like, "Fuck."
Yo, welcome, Nats. Hey.
Does that happen to you? Like your mom would be like, "Yeah, no, you don't have to do this. Don't worry." They give you the option to not do it, and then when you not do it, they blame it on you later. I was like,
I've kind of gone beyond that. Like, so there's, like, man, I used to fuck up, like, when I was a kid, right? So, I mean, getting help from the kids, that's, you know, obviously, like, it should be the norm. But for us, it's like, hey, we're actually doing you a favor, parents.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I fucked up so bad that it got to the point where, like, I think it was a point where my dad, like, when I got arrested, and my dad goes, "Look, we didn't even ask you to do shit, just so long as you don't fucking bring bullshit to the house like this." You know what I mean? So I've gone like, there's that baseline of just being a normal kid.
Just don't get in trouble.
You know what I
with
mean?
the law.
And I've gone underneath it. Like, I've got to fucking swim my way back to the surface.
you know, we can deal with the fact that you don't do dishes, you don't mow the lawn, you don't do this, but
Stay out of
please.
jail, mate.
Why are the cops at the house again? You know what I mean? Like, shit like that, bro.
Stay out of jail.
You do your bullshit outside the house. Don't bring it at home.
Man.
All right, I'm sorry.
Nats, did you ever
Do you need help with the dishes, Dad?
There was like this the similar thing there where you know how there's that etiquette that Filipinos will leave the last piece of food. Mm-hmm. Even if they want it, they'll leave the last piece of food because it's like it's rude to take the last piece of food.
Yeah.
Right? But growing up in a Western country, growing up in Australia, if you want the last piece of food, you would just be like, "Does anybody want the last piece?" And then everybody will say no, and then I will take it.
Yeah.
And I do that all the fucking time.
That's a fucking trap, bro. You know, there's like a lumpia over here, like right here, and I'll be like, "Does anyone want this lumpia?" Because no one's touching it for the last 5 minutes. Like, I can have it but I want to make sure that no one else has it.
Everyone's judging you already.
Yeah. Then I eat it, and I'm like, cool. 2 minutes later or 5 minutes later, I was like, "Man, I wish I had that last." Like someone else would be like, "Man, I wish I had that last
doing that shit
lumpia."
to people, bro.
I'm like, "Fuck off."
Yeah. Because
I
Ken will
had
do
the
that
courtesy.
shit.
Yeah.
It's like fucking hell, bro.
Like, as soon as someone is taking the last piece, I'll give it maybe a half a minute. And you go, "Is there any more chicken wings left?"
It was like, everybody took it all.
You know what's funny? How with the rice situation? If you finish the rice, you have to cook the next batch, right?
Yeah.
So I'd leave like I'd leave like a little bit of rice on the corner. It's the rice that gets stuck at the bottom, right?
The fried bit.
I'd leave that shit and then I put it there.
Oh, wow.
You know, I'm always finding loopholes for this shit, so I don't have to do chores.
Man. I for some reason I enjoyed what's it called, green tea and roasted rice tea, right?
Well,
And it just made me think about it. Like, somebody somewhere was like, when the rice gets burnt at the bottom of the rice cooker, they put more water in it, and it was like, I wonder what this tastes like. they drink the water in it. And I'm like, this is pretty good. Maybe I'll mix it with like some green tea. And then they
burnt
sell
rice in paella. Whew, that's the best part.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the crunchy
Paella,
bit.
ooh, the crunchy bit. They call it. I forgot what they call it. I think like sauce sarasa. I butchered that. Sorry. We don't talk about Bruno, but that's the best part of the rice, the burnt rice. Like,
man.
and then the rice thing, it never stops there. I'm leaving this much in the milk. I am that guy. When I was a kid, I leave this much on the milk, this much of the
I
juice.
got called out with, like, so the chick that I was seeing, I think not last year, the year before, was at her house, and then she had
Shout outs.
orange juice in the fridge, right? And I was gonna drink it, but I saw that it was expired, so I was like, I'll just get water. And then later on, I see her drink the orange juice, and I was like, bro, why'd you drink that? Like, it's already expired. She goes, well, if you know it's already expired, why'd you leave it? Like, why did you chuck it out? And then fuck it, I was like, yeah, my bad.
You're right.
I had no defense. I was like,
then they go really deep in that shit. It's like,
yeah, man.
You are about 30 years old right now. You're a grown man. You read that it expired, and now you endangered my health.
Like, I just want you to have initiative. And I'm like, oh, fuck.
Initiative.
Man, this is our second date, babe. Fuck.
Oh, yeah. Too much expectation.
I'm just trying to get my dick sucked right now.
Well, without me, you wouldn't have known that what you drank just then is expired. So when you be sick, you'd be doing
If anything, I think you dodged a bullet, because if that was your second date and you're already drinking orange juice from their fridge, bro, things are moving way too quickly. Way too quickly.
He was, this
Guys,
true.
player.
She was terrible. She had a terrible breath. It always smelled like off orange juice.
You know what? You maybe changed her life after that. Like after that moment, she just realized maybe I should check the expiration date on everything that I do.
She just changed to apple juice now. Fuck oranges.
Did you leave the house and be like, you know what? This is the expiration of the date of our relationship right now.
What?
I'm gonna fuck off.
Yeah.
That's like the biggest turnoff, right? Bad breath.
Yeah,
It could be like the
bad breath
hottest
is the
chick,
worst thing.
a 10 out of 10, 20 out of 10. They come up to you and then you'd be like, oh, yada, yada, yada. And then all you hear is like, bad breath, bad breath, bad breath.
It's
Dragon
one of those
breath.
ones that you
That's
don't,
what Ella used to call it, dragon breath.
Dragon breath. He's a lyrical genius.
because it doesn't translate on photos and Facebook.
Yeah.
Right? So you go, oh man, she's pretty, and then
But
you
I
meet
mean-
her is like,
That dragon breath, though.
I mean, if they've got a nice smile or a decent enough smile, then you kind of can assume that their breath smells okay.
But like as soon as you smell the
Oh,
breath,
no, I don't know, Don.
as soon as
Gum
they smell
disease
the
is a
breath,
hidden.
They only smile with their teeth and not with their gums.
like they're like good teeth could be like a really good trailer, and then if you watch the movie, it's terrible. Rotten Tomatoes everywhere, bro.
Oh man.
or what if her breath smells amazing, but she's got a penis?
But she's ugly. It doesn't go both. It goes both ways,
Ooh,
bro.
that's a
It goes
turn-off.
both ways.
Maybe she's a he.
Maybe.
That's
At my
rap.
Bucks night,
Stay away from
I had
my
a
penis,
stripper.
lady.
I had a stripper. She was
Oh,
like,
did she have bad breath?
and she had bad breath. I was like, oh,
Oh,
man.
really?
man.
It was crazy.
Damn.
Oh, but lucky it was like
Which
one
one?
of those. I don't know which one. I don't know which one. Because there was a few strippers around.
Now I'm just trying. I'm going back. I'm like going through my
You were
memory
there.
bank. And I'm just like, oh, which one was that? Because there's quite a few.
It was one of the new ones.
The one-
because like she was like trying to build conversation. It
The
was
one
really
whose
awkward.
breath you didn't smell.
And then she just had bad breath, and I'm like, yeah.
Interesting.
The
Thank
one
God
you
I'm getting married.
The one you didn't get a lap dance off.
Yeah, definitely not. Definitely not that one. I would have known for sure.
They should make that a Mentos ad for sure.
Fresh goes better with your strippers.
Nice one.
Oh man.
Fish goes better with love.
She's taking off of her clothes. Fresh goes better with life.
How do you remember this shit?
Nothing gets to
I don't even know what
you.
this
Stay
is. I
for
just thought it was a
cool.
song.
What is this?
The fresh.
I love that
maker.
shit, man.
The commercial, right?
Yeah,
Bro, those were the most ridiculous fucking commercials.
Oh, bro, they do anything like.
One, they picked up a car. I remember someone sat down, like this guy in a suit. He sat down on the park bench, and it was wet paint. And he was like, "Oh no, I've got wet paint stripes on my back."
Yeah.
So he started rolling around in the wet paint. So it made it look like he got a pinstripe.
Mentos, the fresh maker.
Mentos.
It's got nothing to do with Mentos. It's just fucking life hacks.
Bro, Mentos is pretty much, I'm having a shit time, and this is a shit moment,
Have a
but I'm
Mentos.
creative.
The other one, yeah, they
Imagine
picked
actually
up the
doing
car.
that. You look like a total tool, man. It won't line up that
Exactly.
way. It'll just be all zigzagged and fucked up.
Who's that? Like, imagine if you get into a car accident and you go, "Fuck! If only I had a Mentos, I'd know what to do."
That was like with Minties as well, because they had the rappers, and each situation is
yeah.
like,
Yeah.
at these times you need Minties type of thing. It's like I would be in a car accident, or like I'd be like missing the bus and shit, and I'm like, fuck, man.
Wish I had Minties.
I wish I had Minties. I've never thought of that. Man, you know, you want to make this time better? Minties. Like you discover you got like COVID positive. Like, fuck, man.
Wish I had a Minties today. That's why.
All this would be better like if I had Minties.
Holding up the rat test, the fresh maker.
Your friends are like, oh man, I'm sorry. It's like, fuck man, I don't need no moral support from my peers, bro. I just need some Minties.
I can just picture the Mentos commercial for like getting a COVID test. You get a COVID test and then you run out. You're like, damn, I'm gonna spend isolation by myself. Run out and cough on your mate. You both have COVID. Then you spend isolation together. Mentos.
The fresh
maker.
It's only you doing that. Your friends are like, what the fuck you doing, bro?
He full coughs on the Mentos and gives one to his friend. It's fresh, yeah?
By the way, check out my pinstripe suit. Like, what?
Oh, fuck.
Oh man.
That guy's on his way to a job like interview. We're like, you're covered in paint, dickhead. You don't have the job.
You guys are in there looking like Beetlejuice and shit.
You're
Like, what
wiping
the
paint
fuck?
on our chairs, bro.
I don't know if we started yet, but this is one of the talking points that I wanted to talk about today. Was like I had to do a rat test recently, because I felt like I had a bit of a cough coming on again, and I freaked out because I don't want to get it again. It was so soon, right, since the last time, and I read the test wrong. You know how it's got a C and a T on the test? I thought that one line on the C meant COVID.
And no, one line means it's a negative.
Negative,
right?
yeah. But like, because in my head I was like, shit. I've got to teach. I've got to tell my parents. This was after we had dinner for my birthday with the family, and then I was like, okay, I got to tell all of these people that I've, this, and this, and I looked at the thing when it came up, and the C had a really like a dark line on the C. So I'm like, shit, I
really got COVID.
It's the dark COVID.
I was like, damn it.
They really want to know. They want us to let us know.
Like,
that dark COVID.
told my parents, told my brother, told my, and mum was feeling a bit sick as well, so she was like, okay, I'm gonna take a rat test, and then she did it, and she's like, oh, I'm negative. And she showed me the test, and it was the same as mine. And I went, hang on a second, how do you read this test? How do you read this? And she's like, yeah, just one line means that it's negative.
Yeah.
2 lines means that it's positive. And I looked at it and went, well, I'm an idiot.
I bet you he peed on the stick.
Yeah, I know. He's shaking it, and people are like, fucking.
I've seen this in movies. He's got a rat test.
I'm getting morning sickness.
You know what it reminded me? I had to because I remember messaging like the head instructor for the craft school and was like, hey man, I don't know if I can make it today. I'm positive. And then I messaged him straight back and I'm like, you know what? I'm an idiot because I read it wrong. I can teach tonight. It's all good.
By the way, I'm pregnant.
And it reminded me of that thing where, there's that trope that they say that men don't read instructions. They don't read instruction
You
manuals.
skipped over the important.
I made a whole pantry the other day. No instructions.
Has it held up the food?
Yeah, man. As long as I just winged it. I winged it. So just a little hammer here, a little hammer there, a little drill here. With IKEA stuff, it provides you with the stuff. So I'm like, all right, cool. I just follow. follow the
IKEA
rules
is fun to do. It's like
man.
Lego, man.
It's like, puzzles, right?
I reckon you're not a man if you do IKEA.
Oh, here we go. You're not a man.
and you read the instructions?
Let's start the podcast.
Here we go.
Yo. Welcome to another episode of the Cheatcoders podcast. My name is Raph. This is episode number 173.
173.
And I am here with manly men to my left and right. First, we have the usual suspects of Don doing stuff. Are you a man?
What's doing?
Hey, and all the way in London town, the manliest city of them all, we got manly Nats.
More manly than Manchester.
Hey, I don't even know what that reference is, but okay. And all the
It's
way
just the
to
name
my
of the city,
right
his
is is the beige hat manliness, the man power of the podcast.
Zip Zap Zooey.
Mr. Zip Zap Zooey, Christian Garcia.
We need to get that onto a shirt for you, bro.
So back to Nat. So like, what makes you man?
Man, I don't think you're a man.
I don't think you're a
I don't think you're a
man.
man. If you
I don't think
love
you're a
that.
man. If you,
I love it. You said it with some bass. I love that shit.
Yeah, conviction.
I don't think you're. I don't know why I said that with so much conviction. Like I was just
'Cause you meant
It was supposed to be a casual point, but I like that you brought it up. I just think like as guys, we just fuck instructions. We just go in there. And IKEA is easy, right? IKEA is a challenge. Like I'm so proud every time I build something. Like, hey babe, check it out. I built it without instructions. And yeah, there'll be a few fuck ups, but it still works. It'll still
bro.
work. Maybe
It'll
like
be
one
imbalanced.
board's flipped the wrong way. Or some shit. The
One
door
time I
won't
did a
open
cupboard,
fully.
and it was like the wrong
The
way
cupboard would
around.
open.
You know how like the back is where the brown strips
Yes.
are.
Yeah,
It was at the front of like Zip Zap Zooey.
Yo, it's rough. It's more hip hop, man. It's more
it's
raw.
more
You're like,
hip-hop.
It's
what?
fun,
It's
that
more raw.
Oh, man.
You
You know
can
the
makeshift that shit. It's like
The new feel
yeah.
for the home decor is rustic. That's what I was going for.
It's more modified, right? It's more like it's got your more personality into it. It's like, you know what? Nah, I did that on purpose. I want it rough.
Yeah.
I want the rough surface.
You have to own it.
I like
you
it.
have to own
That's
that
hip
shit,
hop.
bro. You know,
Yeah,
like
exactly.
why is it not like straight and balanced? Do you think life is straight and then balanced?
He's gotta rationalize it.
This thing's art.
You added your
Representation
art
of
touch.
my life.
I always
Yeah,
thought
man.
I always thought it was just me, and like because I didn't like being in classrooms or like following like a set kind of structure with those sorts of things. So when I'm reading an instruction manual, I'm like, this is boring as fuck.
It's boring to follow.
If there
I
are
just wanna get
photos,
in
if
there.
there are photos, and I get a basic idea of what that looks like, I'm like, okay, cool. Let's jump
This is
into
good.
it.
All I
Yeah.
need is a photo. It's all good.
Yeah.
Yep.
Last week we talked about Mang Tomas men, and then I realized all-purpose men are Filipino men. In terms of
yeah.
like, well, Nats was talking about how he felt when he built like an IKEA furniture thing.
Madly,
He felt really accomplished
madly.
and multi-purpose.
Man.
And when I think about multi-purpose, I think of my father. Like he does everything in the house, bro. Like he would have like phases where he would create one thing and he just create over and over again. There was a phase that he made bench, like wooden benches. And he made like
Not the cologne.
No, not the cologne, because like we would have made some money off that shit.
He made
But, like,
bench. Damn, I
he
love
made
that
the
smell.
wooden benches, and then
Oh, shit.
he
Yeah, I
created
remember
like 5 within like a month or two, and
Yeah.
then it got me thinking. Like I've always heard these stories where people like titos and people's fathers and stuff, they're like very multi-purpose handyman type of people.
Handyman.
And then I look at myself, I'm like, fuck, bro, I don't even know how to do any of that shit. I get accomplishment out of IKEA.
I recently like started doing that shit. Like by recently, I mean like maybe since the
Lockdown.
last 3 years or so.
Oh, yeah.
Especially in the lockdown and stuff. And like building up tools and shit. I think I mentioned it to you guys last year, right?
Yeah, that was one of the first things you talked about.
I was like, fucking, I actually get excited about tools and shit because, you know, getting your hands dirty and stuff, it's actually fun. But none of that part includes reading the manual.
Do you walk into
Let's
Bunnings
go
and feel like
fucking
a
wing
man? I walk into Bunnings, I'm like, I feel like a good and accomplished man right now. I'm a handy man.
Just
I
reading
don't know
shit.
what the fuck I'm gonna get out of this shop, but whatever it is,
I remember-
it's manly.
I remember we used to do that with our cars.
Yeah.
We used to get like because when we were younger, I think it was your car or my brother's car. The registration plate was falling off, and so
It was mine.
We'd use-
Of course, it was falling off.
we'd use like zip ties and duct tape and whatever the hell we could find to try to like
we
repair.
used the fucking wire from the fence. You know, the chain link fence. For some reason, we had like a little bit.
Yeah.
So we fucking. It's like a thread.
Yeah.
And then we fucking twisted that shit around like it was you know. With pliers, and
Yeah.
we're like MacGyver right now.
Manly men right now.
Feels
Bro,
good, though,
it was
right?
a fucking
It feels
plate number
good.
held up by wire. We
feel
think like,
accomplished
oh
though, right?
shit, we're
You
MacGyver.
could make like this. You could make the shittest looking thing, like a bird feeder that looks like it'll immediately kill the bird. But you'd be like, yeah,
yeah.
I'm a man. I've made that.
That sounds really
Yeah.
specific.
That's-
Is this a
that's my
story,
shit.
bro? Did you make
No,
a
I
bird feeder?
like. Go back to the point you guys made about just making shit like dude. I'm talking duties now. Like if you know, like Raph will know, like your long-term relationship. Well, for me, not as long-term, but the duties. And I realize, me and Nadine, we've moved quite a few times as well, and like I realize my skill set when it comes to putting in effort at the house is very niche, and it has to be project based, or else I'm not interested. So like I'll do shit, like I'll do Christmas lights, but I'll make like a Michelangelo collage out of it, or like some epic shit. Like I'll put so much time into the most insignificant things, but it works. So like things like electronics, because it's not as often you do them, I'll do that shit. But then like the day-to-days, like Raph, when you brought up like I'm just useless sometimes. Sometimes I feel like that because I'm like, man, I don't do the washing.
You like the mundane
like
stuff,
all the
right?
the stuff that you should be doing. I just like leave it. I let it accumulate. Like me single, I let shit accumulate. All my clothes until I have no clothes left. I'm like, fuck. All right, it's time to like figure out this washing machine because I'm fucked. I need to like buy clothes now, so I better clean my clothes. Like that's how it was for me first. Like a couple of months.
That would have been
London.
awkward for you to go out to the grocery store naked, man. Every time.
It's like these
It's
bloody
hard, dude.
Australians. All they do is become naked.
Now when you go to the shops and there's like 3 other guys that's naked too. It's like
Laundry day.
run out. Yeah,
Laundry, laundry. Yeah.
He's outside, like in the car park, just waiting. 1, 2. All right, let's go.
yeah.
He comes out in his undies. Up the Batman ones, I see.
You see that? He's like a like it's like brotherhood. You already know. It's like, bro, like as soon as you wave hello to the other naked dude, you're like, I like your Christmas lights, by the way.
I know the Christmas lights though.
That
The
shit
Christmas
was
lights.
on point.
Your management with clothes is
clothes are
terrible.
going.
Like that Michelangelo painting with the Christmas lights. Amazing.
Your electronics is fucking.
I'm interest based,
on.
man. Yeah, I'll make unnecessary security. Like my house at home, I set up a massive security system. Like we ain't got shit to steal, but we'll catch you.
Dude, all you're going to catch is me masturbating throughout the day.
Probably all angles,
All
man.
angles, infrared.
All angles.
It's motion, it's
system.
motion censored. so it
Notifications.
switches every single time. You don't need to edit it. It switches automatically.
Paranormal
notifies you.
activity
It
would be so
notifies you.
shit in your household. There's no ghosts. This just keeps swanking. Shit.
Pretty much.
Imagine you gotta show that to the cops one day, and then you gotta rewind or like fast forward through those bits.
Just ignore this.
Like, yeah,
From
just
12
me jacking
p.m.
off
to
it.
7 p.m.
Don't
Ignore all that.
mind.
7 hours of jacking off.
Just ignore that.
You're on fast forward, and you're like, it's fast forwarding, and usually it'll take about like 5 seconds, right? 20 seconds later, and it's still fast forwarding. You still jack it off.
The police,
It's like,
the police are impressed.
Yeah, you hear the crickets in the room type shit.
Oh my god.
So awkward.
The sun just like goes in and out like a sunset.
Time lapse.
You become a sundial. You're just in
Time
one spot.
lapses.
There's a pot plant in the background that's fucking grown and then wilted away. You're fucking still going and shit.
People watching that shit be like, "Oh man, this got to be connected somehow." The more he masturbates, the thing grows. And I'm like, it's crazy.
Oh man, far out.
The fucking sun.
So dumb. Can time lapse that shit.
Oh man,
7 hours, bro.
that's effort, man. That's
There's
so
a-
much effort.
There's a puppy in the
Wait,
background.
look at me like I
There's
did
a
that.
full-grown
I just
dog.
talked about the camera. I don't actually masturbate for like 7 hours. Like, well, that's effort, Nats. Good job, Nats. I just built a security system. You assume I
Good job,
masturbate for 7
well
hours.
Done,
What the
mate.
fuck?
Well done.
I'm laughing with you.
Oh man. Oh dude. We'll make it. I'll bring it back to something a little more tame. We're talking about like dads making stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
My dad, he has this signature dish that he makes. It's like a almost like a clam chowder, like seafood chowder soup thing.
Is it chowder?
Chowder. He has it, but he puts it into a bread bowl. So
Right.
he makes it. He gets like like one of those circular loaves of bread, hollows out the middle of it, and then he serves the soup in that.
Right.
And that is his signature dish. He loves it. and like I enjoyed it growing up. And he's like, yeah, I made it up. Years later, I found out when he took a trip to San Francisco, he tried the chowder over there, and it was served in the bread bowl.
Thing, yeah.
And I was like, made it up, eh, Dad? Made it up.
Yeah, like called out.
First Santa, now this.
Yeah.
Made it up, eh, Dad? Yeah.
I don't trust you anymore, Dad.
He still cooks it really well, but like for him to be
You
like,
lose all trust.
I made it up.
Just like one thing. It's
Cracks
like,
in
I
a
don't
relationship
trust you.
right now.
Betrayal. Estranged.
It's like questioning shit. It was like, Dad, you said you made me, right?
What else
You sure I'm
haven't you
not from
made,
San
Dad?
Francisco too?
Wait, Dad, you're not even filler. What's going on?
Made it up, huh?
That'd be awkward. He's got a full Filipino accent and everything. He's not even Filipino.
All this time he's just mocking you.
I made it up.
Prepared.
All right, let's go to the wild fort. No, we're not going there. We're gonna go to the fun facts. The fun facts with Don.
Oh, yes.
The fun facts with Don.
Skibbity bop bop, boo doo doo wow wow.
Whoa, what the fuck?
Ooh, it's a scat off.
Zip, zap, zooey.
I can't beat the guy with twins. Like he's been doing this for the last 2 weeks,
Yeah,
last 3
that's how he
months.
talks to his
That's how he talks to his kids.
The hand movements make that, man.
Nancy's kids grow up to be jazz musicians when they grow up.
That's how they start, right? That's how jazz musicians begin. Yo,
Here we have
Are you saying jazz musicians are just babies that never grow up?
yeah, pretty much.
Yep, pretty much, yeah.
That's exactly what I meant.
Can confirm I know a few jazz musicians. Yes. Yes, I'm talking about you.
They haven't grown.
They haven't grown up. So, fun facts, trivia. I have questions again. Trivia questions.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I like this one, man. I like
Alright.
it.
Let's go.
Fact us away.
Some of these are like easy questions, and they're easy because I just kind of wanted to make a joke in between them. Some of them might be a little bit harder, but here is the fun facts trivia for the week.
Let's go.
And again, the same thing applies. I'll let you guys.
We're all one team.
One team, one dream.
Okay.
Let
we're a team.
me
Okay.
finish asking.
Dream that rules everything around me.
Got a lot of bills.
Got a lot of bills though.
People love that shit.
All right, so let me finish
to get
the
it.
question and give you the multiple choice first before answering, because you guys
Nice.
might know this already. What is Snoop Dogg's real name? Is it Calvin Brodus?
Yes.
Calvin
Yep.
Harris?
That's
Or
it. No.
Christian Broseph?
No.
Which of those three?
Ooh.
Oh, I think it's Christian Broseph.
That is definitely
Christian
out of the question.
Broseph.
Calvin Harris,
No,
possibly.
the first
What's the
one.
first one?
Calvin Brodus.
Calvin Brodus,
Calvin
Calvin Harris,
Brodus.
or Christian Broseph?
Nah. It'll be Calvin Brodus. Yeah.
It's Brodus.
Are we all in agreement?
You have that face.
I've
where
seen
it's
that
not-
on a bottle cap one time.
Have you? Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Alright, let's go.
The answer is Calvin Brodus.
Hey,
His full name is Calvin Cordozar Brodus Jr. And apparently, he used to watch the cartoon show Peanuts, and his favorite character was Snoopy.
His grandma called him.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. His, I think it was his mom who said that
Oh, his mum.
because he watched it so much, he started to look like Snoopy. So that was his nickname.
It's very fitting, that name, hey,
Yeah.
because
Yeah,
it does
so
look
good.
like a Doberman.
Can't wait for the Super Bowl halftime show.
Yes.
I seen the trailer.
Oh, it's gonna be
That's
good.
fucking amazing.
Dr. Dre.
That's gonna be sick.
So
It's gonna be
good.
up in
Mary
smoke.
J. Blige is in it too.
So good, bro. The trailer was so good.
I thought she was.
Oh, there's a trailer.
Yeah, man. Eminem's rapping against himself. It's so good.
Oh
Is he?
Yeah,
shit.
the trailer.
I
Have
haven't
you seen the
seen it
trailer?
yet. I haven't
It's
seen
on
it
the
yet.
it's on the
Wait,
Discord.
unless it's like
Ooh.
unless
It's on
it's
the
filling
Discord,
you. Oh, I
guys.
did send
that
stuff,
everyone
man.
can join.
Join our Discord.
All right, question number 2.
Question number 2. In 1993, the musician Prince changed his name to a symbol. What symbol did the Purple Rain singer change his name to? Is it A, a peace sign, B, an anchor, or C, a combination of the Venus and Mars
It's
symbols?
got to be
That
that one.
one.
That's the longest one.
Yeah.
Like every single test, whatever's the
Whatever's
longest
the
answer,
longest
it's
answer.
definitely
Yeah.
that one. It's too specific.
Nats, what do you reckon?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the majority.
Okay.
I believe.
I wasn't even paying attention.
So it was.
No, I would have done this.
It was.
I was
Yes,
trying to remember. Yeah.
the combination of. Were you googling it? Were you looking it up? Just then?
No. I was trying to remember because
The
like
trademark
Eminem had a line about it.
keyboard, the trademark keyboards in the background.
Yes,
Calvin
that's-
Brodus.
Calvin Brodus. That's correct. It is a combination of the Venus and Mars symbols.
2 out of 2, guys. So good.
And I think I talked about this on a previous episode. He did it as a fuck you to his record label.
Is that why?
Yeah. So
Why?
Warner Brothers. So he apparently had all of this music in the vault.
Yeah.
So he had.
Apparently, he still does.
Yeah,
Like,
he has heaps, and it's not been
Yeah,
released.
so they could not use his name, like because of the mastership, the masters and all that stuff
was under the
under Prince.
Oh, okay. Wow.
So as you know,
okay.
I'm going to change my name to a symbol, then you can't really do
Yeah.
anything about it.
That's
Yeah.
that's
That's
insane.
fun.
I heard that this dude's got enough music, so if we release an album every year or something, I think for the next 20 or 30 years, it would still
Yeah.
he'd still have some left over. Like there's
Yeah.
a lot of music that he
And the thing is, Prince would hate that to happen. So he's the type
Yeah.
of person that's like,
we'll never hear these.
We'll never
these
hear it,
songs,
you know?
man. Fuck.
Damn. Okay, so question 3. Hip hop question. There are 3 members of the hip hop group De La Soul.
hey,
Which of these is not a member of the famous group?
Oh, this is gonna be difficult.
Okay, so this might be a little difficult, but I'll name the 3.
I don't know.
Which one
I
is
don't know
not
yet.
a member of the famous group? Pause, Love Child, or Trugoy? Which of those 3 is not in De La
Shit,
Soul?
it's hard, man.
Trugoy sounds very Filipino.
Yeah, I don't think
Yeah,
De La
it's
Soul's
Chagoy.
Filipino.
And maybe I'm mispronouncing the names, but
Chagoy.
Oh, maybe it's not because he said he's mispronounced them. So maybe
Oh, maybe
is.
it's not. Does that?
Yeah,
What was
yeah.
the other one?
What was the other
Pause.
ones? Pause.
Love Child,
Love Child.
Trugoy. Or
Love Child
Maybe
sounds
Love
like a
Child?
rapper name. De La
Does
Soul
it?
sounds like it.
Oh, but still a soul.
You know, it's possible. And Trugoy, it just sounds a bit. It sounds specific enough to be a name.
Sounds like something Don made up.
And Don did make that thing. Maybe he didn't pronounce it right.
It's pronounced
So why would he do
Trojois.
that? Why would he choose? Why would he choose a fake
His
answer
name-
that he
his
couldn't
name's
pronounce?
Troy. Fuck it up, bro. Can't you read? All right, we'll say Trugoy. Let's just stick to
No,
our
no,
guns,
no.
right? No?
No. Because if he chose Trugoy, but then he said, "I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right."
No, that's
Then
the- that was the
why would he?
red
That
Why
means
would
he
he
didn't
put
make it up.
a fake answer?
Ooh.
Oh, Love Child it is then.
Detective Nats. You go
Yeah,
with Love
yeah.
Child?
I reckon that's the one that Don made up.
All right, Love Child. Yeah, you do Love
It's
Child.
probably Love Child, bro.
Okay. That is the correct answer.
Oh, yes,
See, I'm
say
Nice.
Love Child.
nice.
So
Man.
apparently each of
Take
them
that,
have
Don. Take that. We beat you.
Yeah, we knew that all along. We just wanted to entertain the audience.
apparently they have multiple names, and I didn't know this. So there's Kevin Mercer,
That was a near miss.
who goes by the name of Pos Dinos, Mercenary,
Oh.
Plug One, Sop Sound, Plug Wonder Why, Pos. So he has multiple names. There's David Jude Jolicure. I must be like mispronouncing these names. Trugoy the Dove, Dove Trugoy, Just Trugoy, Plug Two, and then like he has so many names. Or Maceo. He's the other guy. So that would have been a difficult question to answer if you don't know all of their aliases.
Love Child.
Man. Wait, Love Child, you made it up, right?
I made Love Child. That's the one.
I knew it.
Okay.
So who's your Love Child?
Chagoy.
Trugoy. I'll name him Trugoy. All right, next
He's not
question.
the fake goy.
All right, so next question. The rapper Melly Mel features on Shaka Khan's famous song, I Feel For You. How many times does he say the name Shaka in the intro? Is it?
Is that song the Shaka Khan, Shaka Khan?
Yeah, that's the song.
Shaka Khan, Shaka Khan?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a
Shaka
lot of
Khan,
time.
Shaka
Does he
Khan?
say the name Shaka? Does he say Shaka 10 times, 16 times, or 43 times? Which of those?
43.
We'll go with
Let's go
43
big.
because it's the ridiculous
It's
one,
the
right?
chorus, bro.
Alright,
Or the,
cool. But that's the intro, right?
I've never heard.
Just
I've
in the
never heard
intro.
He said
the
just the
song.
intro.
Just in the intro.
I'm thinking
Oh,
16
shit,
because
shit.
16 bars, you know?
See, this is what happens when you don't listen to the entire question.
This
So,
is 16.
16,
In the middle.
yeah?
Yeah.
Dead set. As if
Yeah,
he says
okay.
it 43 times at the time. Maybe that's
Nah, it
ridiculous.
wouldn't be.
I don't know. Which
For the whole
version?
song, maybe.
Maybe.
But for the intro, 16.
Chaka Khan. Are we going with
I
16?
think 16. Yeah.
The correct answer is 16 times.
Bang,
And
bang,
it's
bang.
43 for the whole song, huh?
I'm not sure. I made the number.
Okay.
Let's say yes.
Fucking Chicoy over here.
Did you look this up or did you play the song and then you even
I counted it. I counted it and I was like,
you put on a
Legend.
spreadsheet 16 times?
like oh.
E7, 16.
You're a legend.
Bit of trivia as well. There are two other big names attached to this song. The song was actually written by Prince, and it also features Stevie Wonder on harmonica in that song.
Oh, wow.
Fun fact.
Shaka Khan.
Last question. Drake is known by many names: Drizzy, Champagne Papi, Six God, Hot Sauce King.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
Which
It ain't, no, it's not.
Which is the most recent?
like I said, some of these I just want to make a joke.
Phone a friend.
Which of the following is his real name? Jimmy Brooks, Audrey Hepburn, or Aubrey Graham?
Aubrey Graham.
Audrey
The name is
Hepburn.
Which of those three is his real name?
He's really Audrey Hepburn.
Jimmy Brooks, Audrey Hepburn, or Aubrey Graham?
Aubrey Graham.
Aubrey Graham.
Aubrey Graham.
Aubrey Graham.
That is correct.
Yeah.
I like Audrey Hepburn. Was that a made up name?
No, that's
That's
the name
an
of an actress.
Oh, yeah, it is, eh?
Breakfast at Tiffany's.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Got a lanky neck.
Drake was in that too. Before he did Degrassi, he was in Breakfast at Tiffany's.
I just wanted to drop the Hot Sauce King name into there as a joke. And that's the fun facts of the week.
Hot Sauce King.
Hey, that was pretty good. I like that. We did really good.
Yeah, because we got
Perfect 10.
Yeah, we got the answers correct.
100%.
If we got them wrong,
So
it was
good.
like, it's a shit game.
I know. Yeah.
Fuck
So
this
shit, bro.
game. Hate this game.
Oh, man.
You scored 5 out of 5 questions correct. Nats?
Smashed it.
Smashed it.
Fucking Hot
shit.
Sauce King.
Hot Sauce King.
Hot sauce.
I'm coining it right now on the Cheatcoders.
Trigoy, the Hot Sauce King.
Oh, man.
Trugoy.
Trugoy sounds like a really nice Filipino
Like a dish, maybe?
dish name.
A soap?
It sounds like a nickname. You know how like sometimes they mix nicknames
Oi,
together?
Trugoy.
It'd be like... It's like Bogoy, but then with...
It sounds
Maybe
like,
his name is Troy. and then
Bogoy
he's a
sounds bad, bro.
Oi, Trugoy.
it sounds, I'm just trying to think of something specific. Like if you cut your toenails right and it's like too much, it starts bleeding. You know, there's scab on your toenails and lint mixed together. That's called Trigoy in Tagalog.
Oh, my God.
I think.
So specific.
I think it's Trigoy. I'm
believe
pretty
so.
sure. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing it right.
like I reckon with Filipino language, we had a TikTok video where we were like making fun of accents. I want to go to the other side of it and big up the Filipino language because it is a beautiful language. Like in particular, some words with some negative connotations to it sound really nice. Like we have puñeta. Sounds really nice. And then we have like, even like, to me, I feel like they're like a level of Disney character nice, you know? Like,
Wow.
I would watch a movie with Princess Puñeta all day.
Here's a fun fact as well, right? In Rick and Morty, there's an episode where there is a race of horse people that dig underground.
Yeah.
Rick gets captured by this race of horse people, and he finds out that there's a princess Puñeta, and she's pregnant by Rick's baby.
And Rick's baby
And
is Filipino.
And apparently, apparently this was like based on the Tikbalang of Philippines.
Oh!
Apparently, because
What?
they're
What's the
horse
what's the
people. They're half.
tikbalang?
Yeah.
It's like a
Oh,
half
yeah,
horse,
yeah.
half
Princess
person.
Puñeta would be so good.
Princess Puñeta.
Because if the princess gets taken away and stolen, someone can yell out, Puñeta!
Puñeta.
Puñeta!
I'll just think that my mum's on the phone. Puñeta!
And the hero, like I was thinking about this, the hero, something strong but nice at the same time. And I was thinking of a word, and I was like, you know what? I would like a Prince Kadiri. Kadiri. So Kadiri. Kadiri sounds strong.
Prince
When you say
Kadiri.
it, that it sounds westernized.
Prince
Kadiri.
Kadiri.
It's
Prince
Kadiri.
You know, like I was like,
Kadiri.
Announcing Prince Kadiri.
it sounds like a Disney character, right? He's on the quest to rescue Princess Puñeta. Kadiri, Kadiri.
Oh, Kadiri,
Oh, Kadiri. It's on his horse. I'll save you, Princess Puñeta.
But you're so kadiri.
It's like when
And every time Kadiri does some Kadiri shit, everyone be like, that's so Kadiri.
It becomes its thing. That's so
That's
Kadiri.
so Kadiri.
That's so Kadiri. Oh man.
Puñeta. Puñeta.
Oh man.
Princess Puñeta is that's the daughter of King Tarantado.
King Tarantado.
And like
King
Puñeta will
Tarantado.
always try to reach the levels of Tarantado, but couldn't reach that level.
Tarantado.
Everyone's yelling out Tarantado, Tarantado.
That sounds powerful, bro.
Tarantado.
Man. It sounds so powerful, bro.
It is a strong king name, right?
It is a very strong.
I was riding his horse. The horse and shit. Everybody, stand on your seats because King Tarantado has arrived.
That was like when Kadiri and the princess got married. He goes, "You may now kiss the puñeta." Oh no!
And everyone started gossiping because there's always gonna be chismes within the village.
Yeah.
And be like, have you heard puñeta, puñeta this, puñeta that, puñeta this,
Puñeta,
kadiri this, kadiri that,
Oh man.
puñetang wedding.
tarantado this, tarantado that.
Oh man.
Oh man!
Yeah, that would make sense because Princess Puñeta is
Yeah.
anak ng tarantado.
Anak
ng tarantado.
What's the equivalent of Tarantado in English? I'm trying to remember.
It's a tornado of tarantulas.
Yeah, tarantulas and tornadoes.
That's what he said.
Wait, I gotta look for it. Oh, I know what it means.
What does it go for it?
It's the direct opposite of a king. Foolish, shameless, disrespectful, stupid, idiot, rude.
How about puñeta?
like
What's an
that,
exact
the
line? What's
polar
puñeta? I hear that a lot from from
Uh,
the titas.
Puñeta is.
It's all this
It's
sound
basically
really nice.
Stupid. Yeah, stupid. Or basically, it's where it's described people who cannot understand easily. That makes sense now. That makes sense.
Well, yeah, it's Tarantado's kid. So
It makes sense. It tracks.
At least they're like definitely related. Definitely.
I always heard my aunties say, "Ay, Bastian." Like
Bastos.
Bastian. They said Bastian.
What's Bastian?
that?
And I wouldn't know what they meant. And then whenever I asked like, "Hey, what does Bastian mean?" And they're like, "That's a bad word." And I go, "Okay,
Bastian.
so why are you guys saying?"
Ay, Sebastian.
And I thought it was Sebastian.
Yeah.
Like I thought they were just saying they're just yelling out somebody's name.
Hey, crab from Little Mermaid. Hey, Jamaican crab from Little
Ay,
Mermaid.
Australian singer with afro.
Guy Sebastian.
Guy, Sebastian.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know if I don't know if this was exclusive to my grandma, but you ever hear like grandparents? My Lola would always say, "Ay, puke."
Yeah.
You ever see that?
I mean,
Okay.
some of my
Pokemon.
No, puke, not puta. Puke.
I'd hear some
Ay,
people
puke.
Putamon.
put them on.
That is a terrible, terrible joke.
I'd hear some friends say that.
Do you know what it means?
It means
Puka.
vagina.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I know. It's like
Poofy.
what a thing. Like I don't go around going and say, "Oh,
Poofy.
pussy."
Yes, you do. Because no one's manly enough. They don't have IKEA furniture created by them.
Oh man.
When you drop something, yeah. You say, "Ay, vagina.
Ay, vagina.
Ay, bayag."
Ay, ay,
Yeah, people say that like, oh, balls.
Yeah. Ah, bollocks. That's what you say, huh?
translates really funny.
You guys
In
say it
the
over
UK.
there, don't you?
He says,
I
ay,
don't say
bola.
it.
Bollocks.
I do hear
Ah,
it. I do
balls
hear it.
wallocks.
Oh, bollocks. I can't get myself to say it. It just sounds weird. I don't have the accent. That's why.
I remember.
Bollocks.
I remember it was the first year that Nats moved over there. And I was like, he's gonna come back with an accent. he has strongly held on to his Australian accent. Yeah, I can't even hear a twang.
I don't know
British
how
accent.
people get it, eh?
Because he keeps
Like-
talking to us. That's why.
Yeah, probably.
It's probably right.
Every single week, he's like this close to getting an accent on a Saturday, and then when Sunday
It's
hits,
like,
it's
it's
back.
it's like a dose. I'm like getting injected. Oh, still Aussie, mate. Yeah, mate. Yeah. Oh,
Still
yeah. Got my dose. Got my dose of
I live in
Aussie.
London. I live in London. London. He's about to say differently.
London.
Shout outs to Chris the British.
Yeah, no, Chris the British. Bro, I saw him share a meme, and he was saying, why do the British people, they never pronounce the T like British?
Yeah.
And then someone went, because they drank all the tea. And I was like, that's gold, bro.
And then when
Let's go.
I didn't realize, but like he had removed the T from his username.
Yeah,
one time.
yeah, exactly. It
So
says
just
that thing.
Chris the Brit and then underscore
British.
ish.
What legend.
Oh, man.
That's some crazy shit, bro.
Oh man, shout outs.
Dragon Ball Z is the shit, bro. You know how that is shit? Because they make us wait for like 3 episodes or 5
Yeah,
episodes
man.
for actual
get
shit to go down.
It happen.
Yeah, they're the king of hype. They're the king of just like letting us.
I
wait
love
till
that
the next
shit,
one.
man.
Yeah.
I loved spending like a whole week 6 a.m. waking up just to see Goku charging, and then
Yeah, I know, he's just waiting.
still
It's this
charging,
the
like,
day that he's going to do it.
still going. I'm
You
like,
know what's
what
the modern
fuck?
equivalent to it? Like nowadays is when you're charging your phone and then you're just washing the dishes and then you walk back to see how much charge it is. Oh, 50% right now. Okay. And then you just leave. And that's the equivalent of Dragon Ball Z. That was it. You're just checking your charge.
Well, that's like
Charging,
the
man.
cops fast forwarding through your security video. Oh, he's still wanking. He's
Still going.
He's
He
still,
still
charging.
Time lapse
hasn't. He still
in.
hasn't come.
And once again, if you just tuned in, it's not actually me.
Who tunes in on a
Go to
podcast
the
halfway
beginning,
through?
the intro.
Just keep
Go to
me
the
past all
intro.
of the other shit.
Yeah.
Wasn't talking about me. It was a bit about security.
They fast forward thinking all the masturbation talk is over. Joke's on you.
We bring you right back.
You know, Dragon Ball Z is so good. It's like, all right, before we fight, let's talk about our history.
Yeah, like anime, right?
Yeah, the full anime is
All
like
anime is
just
just
standing next to each other, face to face, staring at each other, and let's have a conversation for 5 episodes.
they need to put the exposition on there. Otherwise, like it's just like
And it's so good. I ate it up. I'm like, wow.
wow. He said that. His dad said that to him. That's why he's like this. Oh man.
And like even in the middle of the fight, it's like, all right, the reason why I'm like this. It's just like exposition even more in the middle of the fight. It's like 2 episodes fighting, 5 episodes talking, 2 episodes fighting, 5 episodes talking. That was the Cell Saga.
Gotta break up the fight a little bit. Huh?
I spent 5 years in the hyperbaric chamber, training, blah 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 blah. This and then that'll be 10 episodes worth.
Yeah.
And then the next episode, he'll throw another punch and be like, maybe I did train hard enough. All of this exposition.
It's got his arc.
You know what I need to do? I need to travel to another planet and train over there.
Oh man.
Is that what you do? It's like, oh, this gym is not fitting.
Fucking- we talked about this shit. Donna's like, I'm gonna go to Thailand for a month. Like, bro, you can train here, man. There's Thai people in Australia.
Oh man. Yeah, because I want to do like a Muay Thai camp or
These
something.
dumbbells are not heavy enough. I need it in
The
Thai
gravity
language.
in Thailand's heavier.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Not enough pad CU.
Well, I would love that. I would love to be like just go overseas and then train, eat, sleep, train, eat, sleep, train, repeat. But that would be so.
That's
cool.
like
So-
You can
that's
do
like
that
the
here,
hyperbolic
right?
time chamber.
yeah.
Yeah.
It has to be something different. Like, I'll go to Japan because they have bidets. You don't have bidets here.
Electronic toilets.
Bro,
seats.
bidets have changed my life, bro.
Yeah.
We went to a
You
friend's
never look at a
school,
shower head the same, right?
No shower. No. Like we went to.
Are they good? Are they as good by night as they are by day?
What do you mean? Oh my god. By day.
Bidets.
I'm sorry.
We have now officially run out of content.
And then
So we talked about dicks. Now we're talking about shit jokes.
and there's my shitty joke for the day.
Shitty joke for a bidet.
Oh man.
Bidets are amazing though. When I
Yeah.
first saw that shit, I was like, I thought it was just water up your ass. But then I saw the remote control. I'm like, you can control the water?
Now you can
Oh.
control the flow of the water up your ass.
That's
Whoa.
a fancy one.
Yeah,
We just got.
But they all have it. Like every single toilet I went to in Japan, they all had the remote.
oh no, I'm talking about here in Australia.
Oh, you're talking about the one where you have to travel and walk to the other chair.
no.
That
It's
squirts up
just
your
like
ass.
a little attachment on your
Little spout.
toilet.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's just a tap. So those fancy ones I've yet to try. I would love to, but I was hesitant at first. Like, man, am I losing my man card? Because this doesn't feel right. And then now it's like, if I was so we went to dinner yesterday, and then we went to a cousin's place afterwards to kick it after. I need to chuck a shit. He doesn't have a bidet there because he just moved into the place like a few months back. And I was thinking to myself, like, it's the things that you take for granted, like when you don't realize until they're gone. And that's me wiping my ass with a dry tissue paper. There was no, like, we're in Australia, we don't have tabot here.
Yeah.
Not for our
Yeah,
generation.
well, we have the plastic, like the ice cream container.
You could use that too.
Ice cream containers, like the Mang Tomas of containers. You can use it for storage of food. You can
Sewing
use it for
equipment.
sewing
Wipe your
equipment.
Or wiping your ass.
You can use it for compost.
Wow.
Or you can use it as a tabo.
Oh, man.
Like bidets are just electronic tabos, right?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's going to be hands-free.
That's true.
Bluetooth tabot.
Bluetooth tabo.
That'll be the next thing. If they don't have it, that would be great. Like because you're on your phone anyway,
Tabot
right?
with Bluetooth.
Yeah, Bluetooth, and just be like,
You can
set
target
it to this.
That's gross.
And target
I wanted to-
There's a fucking camera on my asshole.
I also want the tabo to throw water at me to the tune of Eye of the Tiger.
And you can set the lighting as well in there. So
Dun,
Yeah.
dun, dun, dun,
because you want to feel lavish.
dun, dun,
Lavish.
Dun, dun,
dun, dun. It'd be like the, what you call it, Bellagio, in front of Bellagio, the water stuff.
Fountain.
The fountain, where it's like coordinated through music. That could be the tabo. I mean the bidet. You got like the fucking orchestra. Connect it to your Spotify and it just goes.
If you think about a bidet as something that cleans your bum, like, in a sense, I had a bidet when I was young in Philippines. And her name was Ruby. It was like my yaya. She used to clean my bum too, man.
Yeah, like you do like full tub of like the ice cream container. At the back of your bum.
Tapos na ako.
Yeah, man. It was like
I
Niagara
used to yell
Falls back
that- I
then.
used to yell that shit.
Yeah, that's it. I'm done. Sometimes I do it now. Like when I'm at my parents' house, I just open it. I just open up the door and be like, "Tapos na!" Because they used to do that shit when I was young.
Bro, so that yaya, she put up with a lot. Like for me, like, other than wiping my ass, but there was like one time, because obviously, you tell your yaya, I'm done. I wanted to like, let's change shit up, so it's like more exciting. And I had a Lego, and I would twist the head, and it would stop making a squeaky sound.
Yeah.
And I told my yaya, this time when you hear the squeaky sound, like that means I'm done. All right, cool. And then later on, like I'm sitting in the toilet after like 20 minutes because take there forever. I got bored and I started playing around with the Lego, and then so she come in hearing the squeaky sound, and then I see her come in. I was like, "Hang on, no, wait! It's a false alarm." Like I was just playing with the toy. Let's go back to me just calling out. Oh man, she put up with a lot with me, bro.
Was that is that a general thing? What would you say when you had to call your parents to wipe your bum, or were you manly enough to just wipe your own bum?
I don't remember. I don't remember that far.
I don't
man.
even know how you guys remember that.
Yeah.
At all.
Yeah, I just remember it was like a
remember
Core memories.
It's because I have 3 younger siblings as well, so like the tapusna
Maybe it
was
stuck
the thing
seeing
where it
them.
just
Yeah.
kept going down the generation, not generations, but throughout all the siblings.
I mean,
everyone said tapos na.
I have younger
We
cousins.
said it in a very seedy way as well, as if like we're just dropping some weird shit on the toilet.
Some
It's like,
secrets in the toilet.
tapos na.
I have younger cousins who like their mom would like wipe their bum, like, and then when I had to babysit them one time, I was like, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that.
That reminded me when my niece, like, this is the first time I actually wiped my niece's bum or anyone's bum ever in my whole life.
She was a baby. That's all.
Like, she was like, yeah, she probably like
17.
3. 17. We are not that podcast. She was like 3 or 4, and then she was yelling out, she was like, tapos na. And then I was like doing my thing on my, like, watching on my phone. Then I look up. Oh shit!
You're the only one there.
Yeah.
I am the only grown up here. It was like a really, like, this flashback was like, I've never wiped anyone else's bum. Like, I know I'm Filipino. I'm supposed to be a nurse by nature, but this is some new shit. Literally,
You turned into Prince Kadiri.
I know. I was like, I turned into Prince Kadiri.
Here comes Prince Kadiri to help you wipe your bottom.
And then the experience, like, you know, wiped her bum, and then checked it on,
How'd it make you feel?
wiped all that stuff, and then that was like a really, that was a moment in my life where I was like, man, fuck, I'm 30. It's like, shit, like, this is some crazy shit. Like, have you ever wiped a bum?
No,
Have you wiped a bum?
Wow.
Yeah, but
I mean,
not a baby's. Like,
I mean, like, you know,
other than your own.
other than your own.
no. It was an ex. Like, she was just drunk.
Oh, right.
Did she yell out, tapos na?
Wait, what scenario is this? I'm curious.
She
How
was
did
just
that
like she
come about?
kind of messed herself up and
Yeah.
had to go back clean her up afterwards.
Damn.
Yeah, but I felt at that time.
Sorry.
I was
you
like,
probably
oh,
form
this-
quite a bond if you've had to wash someone's bum.
That's a different level of, like, relationship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like, you know, that's
we were going out for quite a while by then. Like, it wasn't
fair.
like something new.
So it's ready to that level, though. Wipe the bum.
it was that level of, you know,
Wipe
yeah,
the
wipe
bum
your
Yeah.
level. I think if you
Wipe
wipe
bum
somebody
level.
else's bum, then yes, there is a level.
I mean, by then she'd already wiped my bum at least 3 times, so it's just fair to return the favor.
Tapos na. But you're just like,
Oh man.
so now you've
It
wiped
is
bums now.
Yeah. You're
Well,
wiping.
like I was
That's
gonna
your
say, it was
life
it was actually, yeah, it is my life now. No, but it was my first time actually doing it, and they teach you in the hospital. I didn't know that was a thing that they teach you there. I thought they'd just like leave you be. It's like it's on you now. But it's cool, man. They full teach you how to do it. But I was freaked out, bro. I was like, fuck, this is hard, man.
Achievement
They're
unlocked,
so
right?
small, newborns as well, and they're so tiny, and their poo isn't even proper poo. It's just liquid. And now I'm a pro, man. It's conveyor belt,
Theory.
2 at a time. Explosions.
You got all, you got it
Desensitized.
down pat now.
Got it down pack, yes. I'm
Yeah.
just quick, bro. I'm like a
Damn.
pro. I got contingencies. I do the double nappy, so like I put the baby down. They still have their nappy. I'll put a nappy under in case a mistake happens. All this like I'm a pro.
Damn.
There was
You
a
are
competition.
a real man. Look at this
Man.
guy.
I'm a
Man.
man.
Man, they
Mans
man.
know how to
You
change.
gotta do
Mum
it
to mus man.
2 at a time too.
Yeah, not the same time, but yeah. It's a lot of nappies, man.
Just put one
We have
baby
a
on
lot
top
of
of the other.
nappies.
Stack 'em. Stack 'em.
Like, the powder was like one.
The bottom baby just cops to mus. It's all over her face.
The pull bus.
It's nasty business.
Oh man. See, I when my cousin wanted to take a shit and then he needed his ass wiped, I made the mistake of not helping him. I was like, you could do it, man. I'm sure you could do it. It'd be fine. Like, your mom showed you how to do it, right? He's like, yeah, because I really didn't want to do it. And on my parents' place, where I was babysitting them.
It's like one.
No, he was old enough. He was old enough. He was like 5 or 6 or something. But anyway, my parents' place, they don't have a bidet, but they've got like a little shower head that's attached to a tap.
Yeah.
So they could use that. It's kind of like a just shower head on a tap. Anyway,
That's a very advanced double.
he finished doing his thing, And then he's like, "Oh, I finished." And I'm like, "Yeah." And he's like, "I need help wiping my bum." I'm like, "Nah, you got this. You got this. You can do this. You can do this." And he's like, "Oh, okay." So I walk away, and he's like, "Kuya, I need help." I'm like, "What happened?" The whole toilet is wet. The whole toilet is
I thought
wet.
he had shit all over
He
the
had
toilet. bro.
he turned on the
I was
tap,
just-
but he turned it on too much.
Yeah.
And the curtain, like the curtain, there was curtains in the thing. There's
hell?
water everywhere. The toilet hadn't even been flushed yet. I'm like, oh, man, I got to teach you how to do this thing. And I was just, man, I still didn't do it for him.
It just showed him a YouTube video of how
Yeah,
to do it.
yeah.
Just go, here you go. Figure this shit out.
Yeah.
Literally. I should use that for my life now. I feel like I should get like a tabo for myself.
You know, I want.
I don't have one. I just wipe my like. Sorry, this is great content, but yeah, straight toilet paper.
Yeah.
And
No
then that's
water?
it. No water.
Oh.
You need a bidet in your life. Don't worry about the tub.
I wet the tissue paper.
Yeah.
I go full bathtub, eh? And just
What?
use
You take a shower every time you
Shut
shit?
yeah.
Like a
Yeah.
bath bomb and everything?
He has a full baptism every time he shits.
Yeah, fucking hell.
Yeah, yeah,
candles.
This is why your water bill is so high.
No, bro, hear me out. I don't have a bidet or whatever. Bidet. I just cross over, right? I get up. I wipe as much so there's no excess. Get into the bathtub, get the shower.
Okay,
I don't have a full-blown shower, but I have enough to... but sometimes,
But you
since
can-
I'm there already,
Right.
I'll be like, might as well.
May
Just
as
have a full
well
shower.
starts pouring.
Do you have a
Epsom
full
salts.
shower, or do you just like do you take off your clothes? Because you don't. What do you call it? You shit naked all the time. Like, do you just?
No. But when I get into the shower, I do take my because just in case I don't want to get my shirt wet. But I'm not gonna have a full blown shower and start doing my hair.
With holding a shirt. And then
It doesn't work.
Get
I've
him with the
tried that.
Trust me,
I've
it'll
tried
change your
that.
life. Bro, this is
I've tried
nuts.
doing this shirt
This is
thing.
nuts
It's too
after he
hard.
took his shit. This is his bathtub. And he fills it up with water and he dips it. I guess.
He dips it like a lechon on Manctamas. Like you just dip it.
This is both cheeks touch the
Southside.
Yo,
bottom.
bro, yo, you laugh, guys, but my ass is clean, clean,
impeccable ass.
impeccable.
My water bill is so high,
Filled
but
up.
my ass is so clean.
Fill
So
the bathtub, bro. Fucking hell.
That's the biggest tabo of life,
Yeah,
bro.
exactly.
It's a tabo that you can't lift. Just turn it to a freaking what you call it,
Oh,
dumpling into like
man.
some soy sauce.
That's my top.
Fucking, we're going like, hey, do you fold your or scrunch up your toilet paper? Nah, fill up the bathtub, bro. Fucking
Bro, I don't fill up the bathtub. Why do you change my stories? First the security camera, now my bathtub. The bathtub is empty. I just get in the bathtub and spray. That's it. My bill is fine. My bill is fine. It's mediocre bill. Whoa,
it takes me like
exaggerate.
20 minutes to fill up the bathtub. Man.
No, he gets in and then he turns it on while he shits. So he saves time that way, right?
I'm
It's a
just waiting
massive
for the
toilet.
bathtub. Oh, filled up my tabo. Let's go. Just to splash a little bit on my ass.
Oh man.
And that's it.
There's like a
Jesus
bath bomb in
Christ.
there.
Oh man.
Set up some candles and shit. Like a good book.
He's got some like
There's some
relaxation.
Enya
music.
for
Yeah,
some
yeah.
reason.
And yeah.
Life hacks by Nat. I should set up a book on how to be a man. This is how to be a man.
It's like Nadine just walks
Double
into the house
bathtub.
and then hears Enya. Oh, he's chucking his shit again.
And it's nasty. Yo, bro, there's nothing more satisfying than being like clean as like, ooh, fresh.
100%.
Minty Mentos in my ass. Sorry.
The
Graphic.
Mentos,
Bathtubs.
the ass freshener.
The bro.
All right, let's move on. We
please.
talked about bidets and chucking shit for about 20 fucking minutes, guys. We're losing it.
Oh, yo. If you, look, let me save it. I watched it finally. Spider-Man.
Hey, we don't want to talk about it anymore.
Son of a bitch. Hey, moving on.
You had a whole month, bro. A whole month.
It's like submitting a project in school. It's like, it's too late. You failed already. It's been a month. It's too late.
Yeah, that's so funny.
We're already on the Encanto list now. Like, we need to talk about that now.
It's like, oh no, another movie. Damn.
And have you seen Encanto?
No. What the fuck is that?
You can watch that with your kids, bro.
What is that?
It's
It's a
Disney Plus movie.
Disney
The
Plus.
latest Disney
shit.
Plus movie.
I
It's
think I've
getting-
got that actually. I can watch it now.
Lin-Manuel Miranda.
It's like, yo, I'm gonna go on mute. Yeah, I've got it. Encanto. Here it is. I can watch it right now, but I'll do it later.
What did you think of Spider-Man though? Yeah, give us your thoughts.
I liked it. Yeah, no, it was really good. I liked it more than the other ones, the other two.
Yeah.
I think, look, wait, actually, there was a point I wanted to bring up about it. While I was watching it, I was thinking what I was going to say to you guys, because I'm that guy now. But, the whole, like, you know, this universe and, like, you know, there's different multiverses of Spider-Mans, the other guys. You guys might know this, but did they think of doing this when they made the first Spider-Man?
Hell no.
No, they
I mean,
didn't.
which
You
first
reckon?
Spider-Man? Tobey Maguire?
No. Sorry, the first of this multiverse. Because I'm just saying this is
They might
it's
have.
really because like yeah now it kind of makes sense because before when they reinvented it right like a different Aunt May, and obviously like you know this Spider-Man hasn't had his like trauma yet because there was the Uncle Ben thing didn't happen. I thought that was cool, but then my whole thing was like, whoa, were they like intending to do this?
I'm pretty sure they
all the
would.
time?
Yeah.
They're
It's
trying to make the
it's
trilogy.
It's actually
his
so
own.
smart, man. I
his
was
own
like, wow,
origin.
that's actually really good. If they had that intention from the beginning, because you know sometimes I just think like they're just winging it as they go, and it's like, oh yeah, this is why, it's this. But if they actually planned that, I'm like,
I think
it's
they did.
pretty good.
If you
Planning to have the other multiverses and all that shit.
Yeah, because if you look at how the other shows and movies are set out, so they
Yeah.
had Loki, and there was this whole thing about the multiverse. They've got Scarlet Witch on WandaVision, and this her altering reality, and then Spider-Man, and then Doctor Strange now is Multiverse of Madness, and also
Yeah, and-
Ant-Man and the Wasp. So there's Quantumania, so they can
All multiverse stuff.
travel through
To do
dimensions
the
and
time
stuff.
thing for the last minute.
Yeah, so there's all of these things. They've been planning this.
like
for
they would have had to
years.
plan it. They would have planned it for
But
years.
Spider-Man specifically, they really planned that story as in like it's a coming of age story of Peter Parker.
Yeah.
Like the first
Like,
one
I knew
is
that. Like I
yeah.
definitely knew that was gonna like you know. But they could have done that any other way. But I mean like everything because they really made it. It's not like the traditional Spider-Man story, like this one.
Yeah.
You know, compared to the cartoons. That's why I was just like, oh, it's pretty fucking good, man. I really liked it, and it makes me excited for Doctor Strange. And I just think he's such a beast now. Like I used to think he was boring, and I haven't even watched the first Doctor Strange. I just like him from the Avengers because he's got the sickest power. But
Yeah.
this
Oh,
one
his,
makes me
like,
like,
yeah,
fuck, he's such
crazy.
a beast, man. Like if I want a power, I wanted his power. It's so good.
Yeah. They're going to lean
Strange.
really heavily into the supernatural stuff. So they've
Yeah,
got, like, you know,
sick.
they've got Blade, and they've got Dane Whitman, who apparently is supposed to be the Black Knight or Dark Knight or whatever.
Black Knight, yeah.
Black Knight from
Black-
the comics, and it's supposed to
Not the
lean in.
Martin Lawrence one.
Nice, you finally watched it, bro.
Hey, hey.
Now you just have to watch Encanto, and then we can talk about it.
What's the why Encanto? What is it about?
It's about family trauma.
It's basically family
Is it
trauma.
is it Filipino? Is it a Filipino?
No, it's Colombian.
Colombian.
Colombian
Oh,
or Cuban?
okay.
Cuban.
Colombian.
Well,
Based
yeah.
in Colombia.
Alright.
But you can just see, you
Based
can
in
just relate to it in a Filipino standpoint
Okay.
with all the toxic family
I
traits
will
in
check it
there
out.
and the insecurities of each person.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
Lin-Manuel Miranda wrote the songs, man. So
oh bro, I love
It's
the
so
songs.
good,
The
man.
songs are so amazing.
yeah,
Have you seen Vivo?
I like that drip 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 song.
Oh yeah. That was one of my talking points that I wanted to talk about today.
Viva.
Nats, you're the eldest, right?
No, not here. Isn't Don
I mean, the eldest in your family.
in this family? Yeah, well, yeah, in my family, yeah, of course. Yeah.
And Don, you're the eldest.
I'm the eldest.
I'm the eldest. Are you eldest?
Cassie is the...
Yes. Oh, half. Yeah.
Oh,
What do you mean
elder.
half eldest?
What do you mean
I've got a half
eldest?
brother
What?
in Phil's.
Okay, just same age.
Half brother. No, he's older than me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But over here, me and my sister, I'm the older one.
Okay, yeah. So we could all kind of relate to being the eldest type of person. We're the first one out, and we're the kind of like the test dummy children, right?
Yeah.
Like, like, what's your experience of being the oldest? Like in Kanto, you the oldest in that family with that song Louisa, with that drip drip song. She kind of expresses
the strong one, right?
She's the strong one. Her superpower is strength, and then her curse that comes with that superpower is that everyone relies on her to do everything and be strong throughout everything.
I think it's also as well the
Expectations of
to be like. There's a lot of that. And, Isabella in the thing, like there's an expectation for her to be perfect as well. And just that entire movie, it got to me for those sorts of reasons, because being the eldest, for me, I needed to take care of my brothers. I needed to take care of like my cousins who were younger than me, and so there was this always this expectation.
Are you the oldest in the entire family?
One of the eldest, yeah.
Pretty much. Well, yeah.
Yeah.
The cousins and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, and so there was this expectation that
Wow, didn't know that.
I shouldn't do anything wrong, or I should be always the responsible one in the family, and so I needed to grow up faster than everybody else. And yeah, man, that was.
But yeah, because you're not only like the oldest, you're kind of like someone that people look up to as well.
Yeah.
So you have to kind of tiptoe around some stuff, as well as be that strong figure, no matter how you're feeling inside.
Yeah.
It's like by nature, it's like this thing that was imposed on pretty much just being the older, because everyone's calling him Kuya, and he kind of like, well, I need to fucking earn this Kuya title now, right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like it's pressure, dude. It's a lot of pressure. Not just because he's the eldest of his three, like out of the three siblings.
Yeah.
This is like your cousins too, man. He's got a big family.
Yeah.
So,
and then you just feel the burden of the, like, I'm just relating this to like the story in Encanto of Luisa feeling the burden of being the strong one, and always perceived as the strong one, no matter what you're feeling inside. Like that image has to hold a lot of weight, because like not only like you have to be strong for yourself, but you have to be strong because there's always people around you looking at you as the strong one, as the person up there. You know, you're my kuya, you're my, like, you know, kids don't know any better about like internal struggle yet, but then they look at you and they see strength, so you have to keep that image no matter what you're feeling. Like that has to hold like a lot of weight on your shoulders.
bro, that image thing is such a big part, because you can't even show emotion to show that you need help. It's just like the fucked up thing, right? Because as soon as you do, it's like imagine when you got like little kids looking up to you. If you're scared, then they're gonna be scared.
That's
you know what I mean? So if you show some sort of fear or whatever, or like some sort of just an inkling of like I don't know where I'm going, or I don't know what to do, you can't show that shit.
That's it.
It's like being a captain of a fucking plane. If you were fucking afraid,
Bro,
everyone in that plane is gonna be
trickles
fucking
down.
yeah. You can't do that.
And this can go with Nats as well, because now you got fatherhood. You're gonna have to. You're gonna feel that, not burden, but more of so that you're gonna have to keep that strong face in front of you because of your children.
Yeah. I'll be honest. Like, it's probably a lot worse for me now, because I didn't feel that actually growing up, even being the eldest. I don't know why. Maybe because I come from a big family, but I wasn't the oldest in my cousins, so I never actually felt, you know,
Yeah, that
like
burden was on one of your queers.
I never felt. Yeah, I never felt it. And then my brother was so young. Like, our gap is 10 years, so it's like, it's just different. I don't know. I just never had that pressure. And I also joke around like I was such a like flunk in school that I was kind of just, you know, like if I can do anything, that's better than nothing. So I never felt this like I had to be a certain way, and I turned out quite all right. So my parents were quite happy with me. I never felt like they had to pressure me for anything, and I just never. But now with the kids, it's actually like really rained down on me. I'm like, oh fuck, this is different now. Like, I've never felt this before, so it's a bit, yeah. Now that you actually brought up the whole thing, because I'm trying to, like, you guys are saying these things now, and I'm like, I didn't feel that growing up at all. I never felt like I had to be. I was always looked at as kind of the baby, even though I was like, you know, one of the older cousins too. But yeah, now it's like, it's just game changer. Right?
Like, if we want to go like a little bit deeper into it in terms of like having the strong face and looking up to someone, we're at that age now. Now we can understand our parents. Like, You kind of like when you're a kid, you kind of like remember all these things happening. Like you don't know what's going on with the parents, but they always kept the family together by having that strong face. Everything's okay.
Yeah.
Even though the world's just kind of like ending, or like they try to hide all that financial shit, the whole like arguing shit, the bullshit that comes with life that you experience now. That's what your parents faced when you were like a kid, and now you understand the whole thing of trying to keep a strong face.
They're built different, man. Like
that's
like
another thing too.
when my dad came to Australia, you know, the whole thing, migration and stuff. He was younger than me, like my age now. Do you know what I mean? So I'm thinking like, if I knew, like, say if I had known someone that's like, I don't know, maybe 5 years younger than what I am now, and seeing my dad in them, you know what I mean? It's like, bro, you're not a kid, but it's like you're younger than me, and you're gonna be like leaving your family behind from Phil's to
man.
move over here, have a kid that you got to look after and send money back. That's a lot of fucking, like, bro, you're a fucking adult, dude. Like, you're a fucking old person in a young person's body.
And then you reach that age that they came to Australia.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh man, because like my parents came here when I was 1, and they were about like 30, 31, 32. So I'm at that current age where they actually migrated, learned a new language, learned a new way of life in Sydney, and like it's crazy to me. I'm just like, man, and then I feel like what I'm doing now, man, I feel like they were like more advanced than I was in terms of like adulthood.
Yeah.
I'm struggling to like, oh man, should I get this credit card?
Circumstance is way different for sure. It really pushes.
That's the challenges that they're
forced to grow up a bit quicker.
Like learn a new language and try and bring your kid from Phil's over to Australia. Like that was the problems that my dad was having when he was like, say, younger than me now, right? Like now I'm thinking like, should I lower my car? Like that's the fucking worry that I have in my head. Like it's compared to fucking, you know.
I really appreciated. I really appreciated when what my parents, or really understood what my parents went through when I like moved to Singapore. And I remember messaging them, and I was like, "This shit is hard."
Yeah, man.
Oh, being in another country,
being in a completely different country, and then try to like live in a completely different country, away from your family, away from your friends. It was, and I'm like, how the hell did you do this? How the heck did you manage to do this and
have kids along in tow, right?
Yeah, all that kind of stuff.
We talk about like cultural and social identities all the time, and the struggle of learning all that. Like, and we're in this country. We've been in this country for more than a decade and been here for 20 years. All that bullshit, and then our parents, they went and faced that shit head on. Like they faced the whole cultural thing head on. Like learning everything about Australia and different laws, different this, different that. Man,
and
like every time I go on a holiday and go to like a country that's completely different than mine, I get a little bit of culture shock. And then the safety net is that I'm not going to be here for long. Like, but they went full balls deep into this. They went in, and then they just changed lives, and then knowing that they're going to be changing their children's lives like forever. It's some crazy shit just to think about. Like, you think about it now because like you're that age that they migrated. So it becomes a bit more.
I think that's the thing where, like, you know, when you're forced into situations, that's why I like. Well, not I like, but you know, sometimes it's healthy to put yourself in situations like we're fortunate that we're not forced to, you know, like we could take it back to even our grandparents, and then like it's like they were forced, they were facing shit like I could get sent to war or some shit, you know, like some real crazy life and death. It just keeps going. But the way you see it, we're fortunate in a way that we could be like as coddled as we want. Because of purely like just even being raised in a first world country, like, you know, not putting down our struggles, because I don't want to say like we've got it so easy and like but in retrospect, like we have the option to like, you know, choose our struggles to an extent. In that sense, if that makes sense. And that's why, like, you know, for me, I feel like for me to ever grow in anything, I always need to be put in some sort of situation where I'm forced to, you know, like that was the whole thing about me moving here. Something that also even I juggle with like being here now, like, you know, with like now with kids, it's like the whole game has changed, and I'm like that's resonating with me more than ever. Like being away from family and having to raise kids now too. It's like, wow, do I throw in the towel and go home, or it's like, wait, no, because I'm almost stubborn in myself as well. It's like, no, there's still some stuff I want to do here, and I set myself to do this and this, or stay here for a certain time. So I have the option for that. You know, I can still go home if I want to, and then nothing changed. I'm like, fine, I'm good. We got a house. I got a job if I want to, if I go home. You know what I mean? But like what you were saying, guys, here, like built differently back then. They had no fucking, like, you know what I mean? Yeah. Especially like grandparents. But it was like, no, you go into war, bro. You go into like, you getting like done if your country's in trouble or some shit. It's crazy to look at, honestly. Yeah, it's really cool.
It's crazy because like that's the privilege that we didn't earn, that we were given this privilege from the opportunity that our parents gave us.
Yeah.
Like moving to this country, and that's exactly why they moved to this country. Why it's exactly why migrants move to a completely different country, to give opportunity for their kids, or give, you know, their family a better opportunity. And I agree with you, Nats. The same thing with like one of the things that I try to make my mantra is do things that's like, I want to do things that scare me, and it's not always, it's 100% not easy, but we have the choice to be able to do that because we're so privileged. We have so much opportunity here. It's like, you know,
it's a thing my parents. It's just adds what you're saying. It's a thing that I think my parents struggle to think of, because a lot of times when things get tough, I obviously speak to my mom a lot and stuff, and she'll say, it's like, oh, why didn't you come home? Like that's the thing, right? Because their parents care for us. They want the best. The whole thing that they do is bring us, you know, the way we're brought up. Because like I do it for my family and stuff, but at the same time, it's like I think the thing that they don't understand is like sometimes being too much safety, too much like you get everything you want, too much of thing, it makes you soft, and like that's the thing that I have. Like it's almost like a battle I have. Like my parents like, just come home if it's getting too tough, or whatnot, and I'm trying to be like, no, like I need to figure this shit out for me as well. And it's like sort of like I want to be like you guys, you know, like this is why, like, you know, you guys did it. I should be able to do this stuff as well. And at the same time, I've got the option to like tap out if I want to, but that's the thing I try to tell them. And I don't think they see that. They like, you see it in first world countries why mental health is so big, right? It's because like sometimes we're just everything's just too easy, and sometimes it is bad for us.
Yeah.
I think so anyway. That's what I think. Because I think like for me, like if I'm having issues, whether it be mentally or whatnot, I don't think it just goes away just by like tapping out and, you know, moving or whatnot, whatever it is.
There's a quote that I like. It goes, hard times create strong people. Strong people create easy times. Easy times create weak people. And those weak people create hard times.
Yeah,
it's like
100%.
You need to have those hard times so that you can be strong. It's like that whole analogy of a butterfly and a chrysalis, right? It needs to kind of break its way out to be able. So if its wings are strong enough to fly, it's stuff that I think about a lot. And
same.
It's weird because, like, we're talking about having that pressure of being the eldest, right? But at the same time, we're like, we are super privileged. We have so much opportunity here. And it goes back to what you're saying, Nats, about the struggles in a first world country. That mental health is one of those things that that is our struggle in this day and age. We don't see it, right? That's not something that my parents or any of our parents would have ever thought about, because for them, like you said, it's like, oh, I need to go to war, or I need to feed my family.
It's survive. Yeah. The more pain, almost like struggle you have, the more like content you are. Because sometimes, like, I don't know about you guys, but like, you know, you see your parents, it's like, how do they just go about? Like, things just happen, and they're just like, you know, they not to say that they don't have hard times and they dwell on it, but they can just snap out of it quite quick. Yeah. Figure it out, or just like, it's not even that big. Like, I know it comes with age as well, so they probably had their times when they were younger too. But Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's just, like you said, built a bit differently,
Built
Some things just, as we get older as well. Because, like, we don't get that struggle. So things that shouldn't even be that big of a deal sometimes seem like the biggest thing to us almost. Like, oh, it's end of the world because this.
Yeah.
Or whatever, this or that. And that's just like, but then it's like, whatever the fuck, who gives a fuck? Like, I had to move to another country and live in, like, all this other shit. For that
I was thinking back, so the thing about mental health now, right? Like, there's a lot more focus on that now. With our parents' generations and stuff, like, what we were talking about then, like, bringing your family over to a new world. You don't know where you're going to live. You don't speak the language. You got to find a job somehow, raise kids and stuff, right? Yeah. And manage through that, like, with your partner. When you've got that shit bearing down, well, for a lot of us, our parents didn't really have that luxury of stopping and thinking about how they felt.
Yeah.
Just because they had so much shit that they had to do. And I think that's like a common trait that kind of flowed on. That's why whenever we're kids and stuff, we weren't allowed to have emotions because they never got the chance to fucking think about their emotions. You know what I mean? So now that, like, this whole thinking about our mental health is like a brand new shit.
Yeah, it's completely different.
Like, I don't know if I fucking thought about how I felt until, because I kind of felt like that's like some rich people shit. You know what I mean? We can't afford to be stopping and thinking about, I feel sad right now because, bro, I need to fucking make money to do this and just to get by and stuff, Yeah. So, oh, man.
It's funny. It's funny. Like, I always talk about, I always think about how they talk about the inner voice that you have in your head. Mm-hmm. I have this inner voice that I have in my head when I train. And I feel like I always kind of relate to the drill sergeant type, like, get the fuck up, do this, like, fucking just like, someone yelling at me to just like keep running. That's the voice in my head that every time I train, and it feels like that's what I need sometimes, for someone to just yell at me to just get up and do something. And that's what I think about when I, like, maybe that's they should always just have it's just somebody yelling at us.
That's Don going, you need to do something that scares you every day. It's a fucking drill sergeant right behind him.
Someone jumping up and like, get the fuck up.
My parents were my drill sergeants when I was a kid. So, but like, I would like to thank my parents for, traveling to another country, giving me this opportunity, because now I'm focused on my own business, all that stuff. And I could do this, Cheatcoders.
Yeah.
And like, this new world of opportunity. So thank you for my parents, and the least I can do is to cook rice when I finish the rice. The least I can do is not leave a little bit on the corner just so I don't cook rice. Look at these privileged kids doing these privileged things. We came to this country to give you a new life, and the least you can do is change the milk, or at least throw it away.
Don't have the cops rock up to our fucking house. Bro, I really felt so bad.
Oh, man.
Now you're thinking about this deep level, and you didn't know all the bullshit that we've done.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, man, my bad.
I'm so curious. I don't know if you want to answer it, but I'm just so curious why you got pulled up by cops. Is that something you would share, or do you want to share it as a Patreon or something?
It's
I'm so curious. That's all.
I think it's like public kind of. We're past
public record.
Yeah, public record. No, but like, think about it this way. Like, by the time I did have to go to court and shit, there's when you go in there, there's they hand you the paper of so you and the magistrate are on the same page. It's about your case and shit. They handed everybody's out, and mine was at the bottom. It was a fucking manila folder, and when they opened that shit, like, the magistrate, the first thing he did was licked his fingertip and then turned the page, because I was the only one with multiple pages on mine. Oh, shit. And this shit that's just fucking caught up over the years and shit. Just done. Oh. A lot of it was like car related stuff, like driving like an idiot. I'm kind of like I want to say like now, like, oh man, I wasn't proud of it,
Yeah.
Because it did, it's like now if I'm driving and I don't know, my family's on the road and stuff, and when I see an idiot on the road, like, I was that idiot on the road. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
I like people talking about that kind of stuff. Any story of redemption and just like thinking of bad things. It's good that you recognize that now, because I get that, man. We all do
Yeah.
fucked up shit as well.
It was like to an extent, like there's things like I did things that I didn't do, like, you know, speeding and stuff like that. Like one of the things I'll talk about it, going over the Harbour
Only if
Bridge.
you want to, bro. Sorry.
Yeah, no, that's cool. Like going over the Harbour Bridge at 200 Ks, right? And I did it for a sticker because people were going, "Oh, you do this shit, yeah, we'll give you a sticker." But the 200 and thing, and I made sure that there was no one on that bridge. But at the same time, there's cameras and shit that caught me. So you know what I mean? Like there's like I was doing stupid shit, but at the same time, I was still thinking about other people. But worst case scenario is like something did happen to me. You know, like there's medical people that I think when you're young.
People you care about.
Like, sort out my shit. Yeah, like stuff that you know, my family, obviously, them worrying about me if I, you know, do get into an accident, like shit like that. You know, like we don't think about it at the time. It's more like, oh, I'm gonna do something stupid, and it's cool, but it's the afterthought that makes you remorse kind of kicks in. Yeah.
Well, thanks for being alive after the bullshit, so you could be on this podcast.
Yeah, man. I'm so glad to be alive too. It's one of the best things in the world.
Was this during when Fast and the Furious came out, and there was that phase of
Just trying to be Vin Diesel,
bro? Fast and Furious 2 came out. That was another time I got pulled over.
Every time a movie comes out,
oh, I was excited.
Garcia goes to court. It's like, guess I'm going to court.
So there's a new movie coming out soon, so maybe I'm gonna go to court again. But no.
That's what the judge was like, flicking through the pages of each movie that you you saw.
There's a pattern here.
It's that shit was embarrassing, bro. Like sitting in a courtroom, and then there's other people there that you just think, I never would have been in the same room with this person. Just just scum. You know what I mean? And and I'm thinking to myself, like, fuck, I don't want to be one of these guys. You know what I mean? Like, and right now I am. So kind of like learn from that shit.
Yeah, it's perspective, right?
Yeah, bro.
Once you're in that shoes, you kind of think differently.
Yeah.
Good on you, man. Like your hat as well.
Lessons learned. Cheers, bro. Cheers.
Now he's a safe driver.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, yes. That's good.
It's like, yeah.
Now we really do think about like defensive kind of thing, and I became, you grow up mentally, like as a motorist, you kind of quick to point out, this guy's a fucking idiot. Oh, he should have been doing this and stuff. Yeah.
I remember I had to do a defensive driving thing. My insurance company gave it to me. They were like, you've had no accidents or whatever. We'll put you through for free a defensive driving course. And I remember telling you about it. Like they put you on a skid pan and they do all this stuff. And I think people should do that as part of your test,
right?
Because
the hell is that?
It's so one of the things that they get you to do is they set up witches' hats on the skid pan, it's like
a flat open area, so you don't got nothing to hit.
And then so you'll be driving along, and then the instructor will tell you when to stop. He'll brake. So I'm driving, and I'm just going 60, and I'm like, when do you want me to stop? He's like, oh. And he doesn't say anything. And right at the last moment, he'll tell me he'll yell at me, like, stop! And then you'll see just how far your car skids at 60 kilometers, and it went heaps far, and it went even further if it was wet. Like you get a real life understanding of like, holy shit, if I'm going 60 kilometers when it's wet, my car goes further than 100 meters if I like slam on the brakes.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. And like people don't understand that when they're driving, because they just like they think, oh, like I can just drive and I've got the brake, It's different in those things, and I feel like people need to. That should be part of their driving test. That should be part of the.
At the moment, I kind of like went on a weird tangent here, but excuse me, it's not COVID. I promise. COVID. Like in Australia,
like keep the mic. Keep the mic. It's all good.
That'll be $200, please.
Oh man.
Sorry. Anyway.
But in Australia, like getting a license is so if you're a driving instructor, because I'm thinking about, last year I was thinking about getting, doing the steps to get my license and stuff to teach like an instructor. But at the same time, I can't do it on my own car right now. So once I've paid this off, I'm thinking about getting another car so I can teach people and shit, right?
Teach.
But
nice.
because one of the things I believe now is the
Can your business name be Garcia?
hey, that's really cool, bro.
Garcia.
Driving with Garcia.
C Garcia.
See Garcia.
The passenger at Garcia. But
Would you
like,
would you have to install that separate pedal? Is that the
Yes,
thing?
yeah,
you
yeah.
That's the thing.
and
yeah.
generally you'd want to use something that's like easy on petrol and things like that.
Yeah.
And for you to be a teacher, is that another license, or can anyone just start and just?
No,
be a
it's
teacher?
a TAFE course, bro. Or like
Sick.
there's places
still
that
something.
yeah.
Yeah.
And but the thing is, that's for you to be able to start doing it. The things that I want to teach, obviously, it's still going to be the same as what everyone else does. But if you were to go to a driving instructor now, like just anybody here, they'll teach you how to pass that license test, but they don't necessarily teach you how to be a safe driver.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
Because that's what you're
Exactly.
paying them for, to be able to pass
Yeah.
and get your license. So the thing that I would teach is more implementing on the defensive side of it. Not so much like a skid pan thing, but even like my idea is like at the end of every lesson, or teach someone how to check the tire pressure, just stupid shit like that that you never would have. You know, if your tire was to
To value add.
you need to change your tire on the side of the road. Do you know how to do it? Like these are the things that, like, as
General
a
car
motorist, you
maintenance,
should
right?
know.
Checking
Yeah.
oil and all that
Um,
stuff.
I
Yeah.
loved
yeah.
doing that shit when I was younger. I loved learning about that.
It's like in school where they don't teach us about taxes and stuff, you know. like-
Exactly.
Oh
The
yeah, you
very
gotta figure that
useful
shit out
stuff.
yourself.
yeah,
It's
that'd be cool.
fucked up.
Yeah.
You could be like, what do you call it, Michelle Pfeiffer in Dangerous Minds of driving.
Put a do rag on me and shit, and play a little, get into hip hop.
Coolio, I don't know. As I drive in.
They've turned me around.
You turn all these kids
you were
around
so-
through driving. That'd be so cool.
In this driving school,
This is
the students teach him.
That's the thing that I well, at the time I was thinking, like, that's one way I could give back, is like to be able to teach someone to be safe on the road, because not curriculum, but the way that I would teach is more, if you follow these instructions, you won't crash, dude. Like, because it's more of like you're giving a lot of leeway, so shit, like you've got room for things that can go wrong.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Love it.
So it's
You're not
like,
just teaching to
you give
drive,
it
man.
a-
You're teaching how to freaking survive.
exactly. You give yourself
Literally,
a lot of buffer.
literally, yeah.
Yeah.
Because honestly, sometimes you won't know, like, until you've had an accident. Like,
Yeah.
I've had one major accident, and it wasn't even that major, right? It was on the M5, and I had to do a hard break because out of nowhere, like, people just started like stopping really quick. To be fair, I was driving really quite fast, but not over the limit. But fast enough that I should probably be just sort of like, not on the accelerator at all, just gliding through, because the M5 can get congested. I did a hard break, and then someone rear-ended me. So I wasn't at fault at all, but the person before just didn't have enough time.
Yeah.
But that, like, really, like, I had a bit of trauma, and, like, it's not like I had like, no one went to the hospital, it wasn't anything crazy.
Yeah.
But it felt like,
And
like, it was a
Any
write-off. My car was gone.
Anything you
Yeah.
don't expect is like a shock.
It was gone. After that, I was driving like a bitch. Like, every time on the M5, I'm like,
Or more
oh man,
defensively.
like, I just like, yeah, like a lot more. It changed a lot.
And see,
just that minor
say-
accident was enough for me to be
Yeah.
like, nah, stuff that, man. If that was caused by a little rear end,
Yeah.
GG if like total collision on like a truck or some shit. And
They say that
messed
like
up.
the rule is 3 seconds in between your car and the car in front of you. It should be 3 seconds. And the reason why is because if you're less than 3 seconds, it takes you like half a second to realize that there's a problem, another half a second to react to the problem, and then you need that 3 seconds leeway to be able to safely gauge whatever's happening in front of you. So what would have happened with that person that rear-ended you? They weren't 3 seconds behind you.
Yeah.
And they didn't have enough time to react when you slammed on the brakes.
5 cars was involved in that.
Far out.
Moral of the story is drive safe, guys, man. And look at us, man, just giving some driving advice onto the Cheatcoders podcast.
I haven't
You get
driven
that for
in over
free.
a year.
Hey.
But when Garcia starts his
Saving
thing,
lives as we go,
Oh,
man.
dude! If I'm doing this shit, man, I'm not even gonna charge for that shit, dude.
I didn't
I'm
know
not
you're,
even. It's
you're
not
a
for
mad
money.
car guy, dude.
Hey?
This is a new layer of you. I didn't know you were like a mad car guy.
Dude has a Mustang,
oh man, It's
is that
Mustang
public?
Is that one of your
Mustang
passions?
Christian?
it's like my
Oh,
getaway.
that's
you know?
crazy.
I go for
I
a
love
drive
driving,
when
just-
I'm-
yeah,
when I
like,
clear
just to
my head.
drive.
Save lives, man.
Yeah, that's I miss
Goodwill
that.
driving.
That's Christian driving.
Standing on tables and shit.
Oh, Captain, my Captain. No, that's a different movie. Still Robin Williams, but
Save it, private driving. What? Driving?